There is a place in Colombia where farmers don't celebrate when they find money. They freeze. Because when a shovel hits something solid that shouldn't be there, it's rarely gold. It's usually US dollars, damp, stuck together, blackened by mold, bills that smell like rot and soil and time. And sometimes, not far away, there's movement in the bushes. Something massive, something breathing. Hippos. African hippos. 2 tons of muscle and teeth, charging through Colombian farmland. Living proof that Pablo Escobar didn't just die, he sank into the ground. More than 30 years after he was shot on a Medellín rooftop, Escobar still interferes with daily life. His money still surfaces, his animals still wreck ecosystems, his violence still sits inside families like an untreated wound. This isn't history. This is residue. In 1989, Forbes magazine named Pablo Escobar the 7th richest man in the world. Estimated fortune, $25 billion. That number became famous. It shouldn't have. It was a rough guess, a polite one. Escobar didn't trust banks. He didn't trust investments. He didn't trust anything that left a trail he couldn't erase with fear. So he buried his money. Inside walls. Under farms. Beneath floors where children now sleep. These hiding places were called caletas. Bricks of cash wrapped in plastic, sealed in cement, scattered across Colombia. US and Colombian investigators estimate that between $30 and $50 billion was never recovered. Some agents believe even that is low. That much cash creates problems nobody plans for. Escobar's accountants later admitted they lost around 10% of the money every single year. Not to police raids, not to rivals, to rats, to humidity, to mold. Bills eaten, chewed, fused, worthless. His brother Roberto wrote that they spent about $2,500 a month just on rubber bands. Rubber bands, not security, not vaults. Rubber bands to keep stacks from collapsing under their own weight. When money reaches that scale, it stops being wealth. It becomes trash waiting to rot. Hacienda Empoles was where excess went to show off. 3,000 hectares of land. A private airstrip. A fleet of cars parked like toys. Swimming pools. Artificial lakes. Giant statues. A zoo imported from 4 continents. Today, scientists estimate there are between 80 and more than 100 hippos roaming freely through the Magdalena River basin. Some studies suggest the number could triple by 2040 if nothing changes. They crush crops. They attack fishermen. They contaminate water with massive amounts of waste. Escobar is still costing Colombia money long after his last breath. He didn't start rich. He started bitterly. Born in 1949 to a farmer and a schoolteacher, Pablo grew up watching other families live better lives just a few streets away. As a kid, he sold candy at school for profit. In the early 1970s, a kilo bought in Colombia for around $1,500 could sell in Miami for $50,000. Sometimes more. One backpack could buy a house. Escobar didn't just move drugs. He organized them. Jungle labs, airstrips carved into mud, pilots flying low to avoid radar, and forces are paid to kill without hesitation. By the late 1970s, the Medellín Cartel controlled most of the global cocaine supply. At its peak, the operation generated an estimated $70 million a day. Every day. That's over $25 billion a year. More than Colombia's national budget at the time. Money became power. Power became terror. Plata o plomo. Take the bribe or take the bullet. Judges, police officers, politicians, journalists, everyone faced the same choice. Many took the money. Those who didn't often vanished. Bombings became routine. Assassinations became background noise. In 1989, Avianca Flight 203 exploded midair, killing 107 people. The intended target wasn't even on the plane. Accuracy didn't matter, fear did. Escobar negotiated a surrender in 1991, but only on his terms. He built his own prison. La Catedral had soccer fields, jacuzzis, a bar, and views of the mountains. He continued running the cartel from inside until the government tried to move him. He escaped, and then the hunt turned personal. For 449 days, Escobar lived like prey. No mansions, no luxury, sleeping on floors, moving constantly, calling his family too often. His wife and children were hidden, watched, and threatened. His location was traced. He was shot on a rooftop in Medellín, barefoot, bleeding, 44 years old. The photo of his body traveled the world. Colombia exhaled. Authorities seized roughly $100 million in assets. Houses, cars, art, cash. It barely scratched the surface. The rest was gone, hidden, forgotten, or already decaying underground. Every year, farmers still find money while planting crops. Construction crews tear down walls and uncover stacks fused into bricks by moisture. In 2020, a relative reportedly found around $18 million hidden inside a house. Much of it is unusable. Rats and water had done their work. Nature finished what law enforcement couldn't. But the money isn't the only ghost. Entire neighborhoods still carry trauma. Colombia's cocaine trade didn't end with Escobar. It adapted. Smaller groups, new routes, different names. The violence is less theatrical, but it never disappeared. Escobar's fortune didn't vanish cleanly. It poisoned systems. It bent institutions. Some of it may still be sitting underground, dissolving slowly, useless to anyone. If you're still watching this, pause for a second, like the video, subscribe. It sounds trivial, but it isn't. Algorithms decide which stories survive now. History shouldn't be buried just because it isn't comfortable. Today, Hacienda Empoles is a theme park. Families take selfies where blood money was once counted. Escobar's face is printed on mugs and shirts. His story streams worldwide as entertainment. Meanwhile, victims' families still wait for answers. Tens of thousands died. Judges were silenced. Journalists were erased. And beneath Colombian soil, billions of dollars are still turning into pulp. So here's the question that refuses to disappear. Are there still massive fortunes waiting to be found? Or has time, water, and rot already erased the last trace of Pablo Escobar's money? Someone out there might already be standing on it.